Okay, we will be seeing relationships in MongoDB, how the relationship is maintained in your NoSQL databases, that is with respect to MongoDB databases. And as we know, relationships in normal SQL is maintained in terms of one-to-one relationship, one-to-many relationship, many-to-many. You must have studied all that, right? So similarly, how the relationships can be maintained in MongoDB, we are going to see for today. Okay, and coming to this, as we told, the MongoDB, as it is a document-based database, it does not require any kind of predefined structure, just like our RDBMS. So, as we know, here in MongoDB, how this relationships can be maintained is, it is in two ways. One is through embedded method, the other one is referenced approach. The same way how we establish relationship through primary key and foreign key, all those what we have learned in RDBMS, so some similar kind of relationship can be established with these two techniques, that is embedded and referenced approaches. Okay. So what do you mean by embedded relationship? So we are going to see how this one-to-one relationship is maintained in terms of NoSQL databases by means of embedded relationship. Okay, as we know, what is mean by one-to-one relationship means where we have a parent document and one child document. So who's the child will be referring to the parent document always. Okay, so in this particular example, what I have taken is an artist can have one address and that address can belong only to one artist. That is the business rule I have taken to describe one-to-one relationship. Okay, so initially I am just inserting the artist data into our MongoDB. So how do I insert? db.artist.insert. Here artist, what is artist means? It is the collection name, and I'm inserting the corresponding field and its value. So ID is 2, artist name is Prince, and his address. Okay, so as we are maintaining one-to-one relationship through this, an address will belong to a single artist. So address, street name, city, state, country, whatever we want to describe it in the address, we are just giving it and we are just inserting this data into our MongoDB environment. Okay. So now how to establish one-to-many relationship. Okay, so what does mean by one-to-many relationship is nothing but one parent having many child documents, and the child documents will be referring to only one parent. Okay, so here what business rule I'm applying is, an artist might be belonging to multiple album. We cannot restrict, like an artist can act in one film, the next film, the next film. So he can have multiple child documents. Okay, so how we are going to insert that particular relationship in MongoDB is, as usual, db.artist.insert. Artist ID is 3, artist name is Mobby, and these are all the child documents. So how many albums he want, let him have. So the number of albums I'm just inserting in the form of array. As you people know, the array is always represented in square bracket. So how I'm inserting is albums colon square bracket, first album, that is Play, year is 1999 and it's belonging to Electronica, and second album is Long Ambient, year is 2016 and genre is ambient. Okay, so like this, how many albums you want, you can just keep on inserting, because this is one-to-many relationship. So the business rule is one artist can have multiple albums. Okay, so coming to the referenced relationship. Okay, how we can use a document reference to create a relationship. So here in the previous examples and all, what did we see? We embedded the child document into the parent document only. So we are not segregating the parent document and the child document separately. So in reference document, what we can do is we can segregate the parent document separately and child document separately, and both can act independently. So how I can do is, first parent document, the same artist example I'm taking the first parent document, db.artist.insert, artist ID is 4, artist name is Rush. Okay, this is the parent document. I have just separated it. Next, Coming to the child document, what I'm planning is I will insert the child documents separately. So what I'm taking is musician as one more collection. Okay, each artist will have multiple musicians, right? So what I'm doing is db.musician.insert. I'm inserting the first set of musician, next second set of musician. Then how I will query, because parent document is separate, child document is separate. So how I'm going to query is how I'm matching, you should see. So in the parent document, you see ID for artist name is Rush. How I'm connecting to this musician collection, musician ID is 4. Sorry, musician ID is 9, but artist ID is 4. So through this artist ID only, I'm going to connect your primary, that is your parent document, and your child document. So in RDBMS, what we call this as primary key and foreign key. The artist ID, which is in the parent document, act as a foreign key in the child document. So if you see both the documents, artist ID 4 is given. So what does it mean? This particular artist by the name Rush is having two musicians in the name Geddy Lee and Alex. This is how we relate it. The next part, what we are going to see is how we are going to query this. Okay, once you have done the insertion of two documents, you have a function in NoSQL called as lookup. Okay, so this lookup function is used for left outer join whenever you want to perform the joins between two collections. Okay, and with respect to this lookup also, you can use n number of aggregate functions along with it, and you can use this match function to specify the artist that you are interested in, which will return the parent and child document as a single document as a result. Say for example, how I'm writing is db.artist.aggregate. As you know, the aggregate method is used to combine. Okay, and I'm using this lookup function, which lookup function is used for performing outer join wherever we want to combine 2-3 documents together, right? So $lookup, it is going to take 4 arguments. If you look, from is one argument, local field is one argument, foreign field is one argument, as is just like another argument. So what is the use of from? From which collection you are going to take? My collection is musician. What is this local field? In the parent document, which field is representing? Basically the primary key. Local field is nothing but the primary key. So if you see ID, that is the primary key in the parent document. Next, foreign field. Foreign field is nothing but it is understood that it is a foreign key. So in the child document, it is artist ID. And as is nothing but the alias name what you are giving for this retrieved result. That is nothing but the band member. So whatever result you are just retrieving, I'm just giving one alias name for it to fetch it easily. So band members, just I'm giving it. And after that, I should match this result against a particular artist name, right? So what is the artist name? $match : artist name is Rush. And dot pretty, you people know, it will easily align all the documents in the format which is understood by the users. Okay, and this is the query. Once you execute this particular query, this is the result. You will get artist ID 4, artist name is Rush, and band members is just the alias name we give, and we are getting this 2 documents which is inserted as a child document. And just if we query like this, db.artist.find artist name : Rush, what you will get? You will get only this, because we are not relating our parent document and the child document. So in order to relate your parent document and child document, you have to go through any one of this method. One is through embedded document, where your parent and child documents are inserted in a single shot. Otherwise, through the referenced one, where you will be separating your parent document separately and your child document separately, and querying can be done with the help of lookup function and match function, and you can use this aggregate method to combine your parent document and the child document. And simply if you query like this, there is no relationship between the parent and child, so you will not get the required result which is needed for your query. And when to use embedded document and when to use reference document, you should be very clear. Okay, so the embedded documents can be used when you want a high performance, because both the parent and child are put together in a single collection, and faster processing, easier to write. The queries can be written easily because we need not put all this aggregate, look, that match, all these functions we need not put here. And whenever we want to have the atomicity and fixed file size, this is very much important. When your file size is fixed and you cannot segregate these documents, in that case you can go with embedded document. And coming to the reference document, whenever you feel like there is a repetition of data which cannot be inserted frequently inside a single collection, and when your file size is not fixed, in that case you can go with the reference document. Again, I'll just recollect whatever you have learned for today. Whenever you want to establish the relationship between the documents in NoSQL, that is especially with MongoDB, you have two methods. One is like referenced method, the other one is embedded method. In embedded method, what you do is you just put your parent document and child document inside a single collection itself. Okay, in the referenced method, what you do is you segregate your parent document separately and your child document separately, and whenever you want to refer to the parent document, one of the key what you have inserted in the parent document will be acting as a local field, and the key in the child document will be acting as a foreign field, which is similar to primary key and foreign key what you have learned at RDBMS. Okay, and now to access that particular results, we have to do the query with the terms of lookup function. Then we have to use this match function in order to fetch the required result. And we should be very sure that when to use this embedded documents and when to use this reference documents. So when file size is fixed, it is embedded. When file size is not fixed, it is reference. And we have repetition of data, it is reference. And when we want this faster query processing and performance has to be high, and the query whatever we are willing to write, it should be easy. In all that case, you should be going only with this embedded documents.